Welcome back, YouTube friends. I am recording today before midnight, so I have a bit more energy. For a quick recap for the folks that are just tuning in now for the first time, this week I am doing a 100 exalts in a week mini-series challenge. My goal is to make roughly 20 exalts a day from Monday through Friday, and I want to earn some currency so I can upgrade my little project build that I'm working on at the moment. And today is the third day, Wednesday, of me trying to make 20 exalts a day. We have fallen a little bit short each day. We can always make that up a little bit later. And honestly, if I'm within 10x at the end of the week, I'm a-okay. I'm totally happy. So what was the strategy today and what did we do? As I said yesterday in the video, and definitely check that out if you haven't watched it yet, yesterday was New Vestir Legion. It was a more intense strategy. Today in Haewark Hamlet, I wanted to relax. This is kind of a big thing that you can do to try to, not worry about burnout, relax, have a fun time playing the game. If a strategy or the way that you're playing the game is stressing you out, do something fun. At the end of the day, the fun in this game is killing monsters, getting loot, crafting items, working on a build, whatever is fun. And don't stress about just min-maxing currency. So I wanted to show that today. And in fact, the fact that the results were so good actually is very encouraging to me, and I'm really happy about that. So today what we did is go up to Haewark Hamlet and just farm, harvest, and essences. Zero stress, don't really worry about what we're gonna get. Utilize just the passive currency of rolling high quantity maps, getting good harvest results, getting good essences that we can sell in bulk later, and just see what we get out of that. Kill the bosses when we get to them, and have fun killing a lot of monsters with the Zumi build. I was on my Cast on Crit Raider, which is my fun little project. I died a lot. She's not done yet. The build is still a work in progress. That will be coming a little bit later. And we just had a lot of fun killing monsters. As with all of the strategies, what I do is type tier 14 up here, which means that tier 14 plus maps are now glowing right now. And then I pull the stones out of all the regions. What this means is all of the 4 inner regions, you pull 1 stone, and the other 3 outer regions, you pull 2 stones. So the only tier 14, 15, and 16 maps that can drop will be in Haewark Hamlet. And then we favorited one tier 14, 15, and 16 map, which is Toxic Sewer, Tower, and Primordial Pool. We mixed it up a little bit today in the Uncharted Realms. I moved out Thaumaturgical Awakening as I was farming the maps, and I put points into neural pathways, actually, for a chance to get synthesis maps. And in fact, this actually paid off. We did get 2 synthesis maps to drop today, which ends up being worth about 130 chaos. So that was profitable. At the end of the day, we did finish up with a Cirrus, so I respec'd into Thaumaturgical Awakening, and in fact, that gave us a gem. So that kind of shows that if you want to, it does cost about 10 chaos per Orb of Unmaking, but if you really want to min-max the chance for good profits, feel free to move around your passives as you move around your strategy and as you're doing different things throughout the course of the day. In terms of watchstones, I used 4 mature platinum Haewark Hamlet watchstones. What this means is harvest crops in areas have an extra chance to grow higher tier plants. By using 4 of them, that means there are 4 additional extra chances to grow higher tier plants. And in fact, we did get a tier 4 synthesis beast that showed up in our harvest, which will sell on the Forbidden Trove for 2 exalts. That is obviously really, really good. 2 of these I already had, and then I had a friend who let me borrow the other 2. We didn't have to buy anything, no investment. We're trying to make some currency. So that was very nice of my friend. And then in terms of running the maps, it was straight up nothing. That was kind of the cool thing about today. As I said before, I ran Toxic Sewer, Primordial Pool, and Tower. And all I did is throw in some Cartographer Scarabs, some Divination Scarabs on the Tower to try to get a nurse card. Spoiler, we did get a nurse card today. That was it. Just occasional Rusted Scarabs that I already had sitting there. Things that I had collected as I'd been playing the League. That's a kind of a good thing to do is, if you're later in the League, you're trying to farm currency, you probably have a bunch of Scarabs. You probably have a bunch of Sack Frags. Just use them. Throw them in, use them. They're sitting there. Unless you're going to be really aiming to sell them in bulk, take advantage of the things that you have sitting in your stash. Other than that, it was elk and go. Here are the results. As you can see, we have 3 Exalted Orbs. 1 Exalted Orb dropped naturally. The other 2 were from selling Harvest Crafts as we were going along. Most of those were sacrifice divination cards for a chance to double the stack. People buy those for about 50 to 60 chaos on the Forbidden Trove. Don't just pass up on those, or feel free to use them if you want to, but they're actually a really good way to just really nice currency as you run into your harvest. 5 Divine Orbs, that is from the Sextant modifiers for the corrupted items. We just get corrupted 6 links and we got some divines. I think 2 natural divines dropped as well. And a Maven Orb did drop. Those are currently worth 5 exalts. Really, really nice. In addition to that, we got a bunch of chaos, 36 stack decks, and a nurse card. With all of these maps here, these are worth about an exalt. 2 synthesis maps, 2 elder maps, and 2 shaper maps. Awakened Vicious Proj support, which is worth about 2.3 exalts. Really, really good logbooks. Got a Knights of the Sun logbook. These go for 90 plus chaos right now. And if we really want to min-max it, we can split them using the Phenomenal Plagued Arachnid. And if we really, really wanted to, we could actually run both of them and get really nice profits, or you can just sell 2 of them. And then we have 3 more that are Black Scythe Mercenaries. Each one of these is worth about 60 chaos. Other than that, in terms of the essences, we can take a check at Excellence Next here and see what it says our essences are worth. This is 423 chaos, which ends up being worth 2.6 exalts. And then I am not counting any of the rest of this random stuff. As I said before, I don't want to count random garbage that I'm probably not going to sell. Selling maps is a pain in the butt. I could sell them. This could count towards our final currency, but I don't want to inflate the value with things that I'm just not looking to sell anyway, right? So I'm trying to round down, keep it very realistic to the things that I will be selling. So the big currency, the big maps, gems, logbooks, and essences, because that was the target of what we're trying to farm today. And if we take a look, kind of just do a little recap, in terms of raw currency, about 4 exalts. We got a Maven Orb, the Woke Vicious Proj, the logbook, the stacked decks worth 1/3 of an exalt. The nurse card is 1.3x. The unique maps altogether, 1 exalt. The essences, 2.6. Miscellaneous sellable things. There are a couple things in here that we will sell that I just added up to be that. There are blueprints. These sell really nicely. We have high tier blueprints. There's also a Delirium Orb. This thing is worth 30 chaos by itself. So there's a couple small things in here that I added up to 1x, but not all of the stuff that Excellence Next is saying it's worth. And then in terms of harvest, we still have a remaining 3 exalts worth of harvest stuff here, which is 2 sacrifice div cards, a reroll suffixes. This was actually from yesterday. I didn't actually count this yesterday. We have a Reforged 6 link, which is really nice. And then a synthesize tier 4 seed craft here. Oh, in addition, we also have a Reforged keeping all suffixes. So we have some really nice stored crafts here, which are worth probably more than 3 exalts. But I do want to keep it all realistic and, not inflate the numbers here. So I think 3 exalts is a very conservative number on that. Today's stream was really, really lackadaisical. Spent a lot of time chatting, looking at people's POBs, helping with crafts. So in a total of like an 8-hour stream, I'm going to say we farmed for only about 6 to 7 hours there. I think that's realistic. And if we add all that up, we're looking at 22.2 exalts of profit. There was a little bit of investment there in terms of some scarabs here and there, some chisels, elks, stuff like that. But honestly, probably less than an exalt of total investment there. So we went over 20x of profit today, which is excellent. This is our first day going over that. And the really cool thing is actually, this was the cheapest, easiest strategy that I ran the entire day. It was just elk and go maps, use scarabs, rusted scarabs that I had lying around, and just try to get some good harvest crafts and get good chunks of essences that honestly are probably worth even more than Excellence Next is saying, because essences in bulk will actually command a much, much higher price. So we're probably looking at quite a bit more currency than is showing there. But I want to keep the numbers realistic and conservative. Keeping this one short and sweet. Hopefully all the information that you guys are interested in is in there. As always, I will be linking that spreadsheet and the VOD from Twitch in the description and the comment below, so you guys can check out exactly what we did, see exactly how relaxed we were as we were farming. There was there was no stress. We were just chilling, and just see how much currency you can earn by just kind of being consistent, having a good strategy established, and playing the game and having fun. Now for tomorrow, we are now up to 42 syndicate missions, and that means it is time to go down to Valdo's, hang out with June, kill Katarina, and sell some Ashling Slams. Ashling Slams are currently commanding a price of 4 exalts on TFT. We can sell Varici sockets for 30 to 40 chaos each, and we can sell things like 30% weapon quality, Leo slams, and upgrade breach stones as well for more profit. So I think it's going to be really, really good, but I also want to sneak in blight and things like that. And there can be some side hustles that we can do for getting even more currency. And I have a feeling that tomorrow will be the most profitable yet, and I'm really excited to do it. So thank you all for tuning in on the third day of farming here. I'm excited to hit our 100 exalt goal by the end of this week. The home stretch is in sight. This is going to be really fun, and we're going to have the currency to invest in our new build, which I'm also very, very excited to share with you guys very soon. So thank you once again, and I need to go to bed. Good night. See y'all tomorrow. Goodbye.